could be anywhere else studying, doing an essay, looking at last minute flight, whatever. But we've been working really hard on this event and in general this initiative. So it really means a lot that you guys showed up and just making sure this conversation really sets the tone for the rest of the year and like the rest of our events. And so I wrote a little something tonight to open us up. So I'm just going to read that. We've been told for decades that everyone has equal access to healthcare, that discrimination is a thing of the past. We're gaslit into thinking inequality is over, that we're on equal footing. But this book proves the opposite. For centuries, our bodies were taken, experimented on, and used to build a medical system we were never meant to benefit from. And then we're told, trust the system. It's fair now. But how do we rebuild trust when the trauma is this deep? How do we begin to heal when the very system that was built to heal us created the wound? That's the hard truth medical apartheid forces us to confront. And that's why we're here. Yes, to talk about history, but also to use it as fuel for how we move forward, to learn from it, to do better, to do it together, to understand the difference between individualism and collectivism, and how individualism is so deeply intertwined in American culture, to understand the importance of advocacy, to see this as an opportunity to be on the right side of history. Because we all know that feeling. Scrolling on Instagram and seeing headline after headline. Charlie Kirk shooting suspect in custody after manhunt. Charlie Kirk's widow gives tearful address after shooting. Supporters gather in Fort Worth to honor Charlie Kirk with prayers, speeches, and calls for unity, but nothing about Gaza. Another school shooting. Nothing about gun regulation. Instead, HBCUs receive threats. The passing of the last Tuskegee Airman, George Harvey, Assata Shakur, and on and on and on. It's that helpless, disappointing feeling. But here, we can turn that into something. Like I said, we didn't want this to be just another event. We want this to be something bigger on Spelman's campus. A movement that's rooted in collectivism and health and justice. Not something to be labeled radical or left or right, but something that is human. Something that is right for humanity. Because putting humanity first will always be the just thing to do. That has no label, no limit. Divisive language has no place when what we're fighting for is an equitable chance at just living, not just surviving. So thank you again for being here, because this is only the start. And this won't be the last time that you see us, and hopefully it won't be the last time that we see you. And hopefully one day you'll be able to say, I helped start the collectivist movement at Spelman. One conversation, one moment, and one event at a time. And as John Lewis once said, never ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, necessary trouble. So with that, we're going to start our introduction. So my name is Parker Chambers. I'm a graduating senior economics major with a minor in public health from Pasadena, California. And I serve as a social justice fellow this year, and I'm leading the Health Advocacy Initiative. And that's who we are. We're hosting this event